I told you that Royal Caribbean will now let you find out your cruise cabin earlier, but they're going to charge you $30 for the privilege. And that's not the only big cruise story this week. Disney is expanding in a big way, including a new ship class coming in 2029. Celebrity is opening up some seriously interesting 2028 and 2029 itineraries, and Norwegian just gave us a much better look at what could be one of the most interesting ships coming next year. Plus, if you're thinking about cruising next summer, especially Alaska, this may be the time you want to start looking. I'm Angela from GYB Bags Travel, and this is the Wake Report, helping you cruise smarter. Now let's start with the story that made me stop and say, really, Royal Caribbean? Royal Caribbean has introduced something called Early Assign. And if you've booked a guaranteed cabin, you can now pay $30 per stateroom to find out your cabin assignment earlier. Now, before we talk about whether I think it's worth it, let's quickly explain what a guaranteed cabin actually is. When you book a guarantee or GTY, you're essentially saying, I don't need to pick my exact cabin. Give me a cabin within this category and I'll take my chances. The trade-off is usually price. You most likely will get a lower fare because you're giving the cruise line the flexibility to decide exactly where you're going to be. So you might book a balcony guarantee, but you don't necessarily know whether that balcony will be in the forward, aft, midshift, above the casino, below the pool deck, somewhere you wouldn't have chosen yourself. And that's the gamble. You save money, but you give up some control. And traditionally, you also have to wait for Royal Caribbean to assign your cabin. But now, Royal Caribbean is saying, don't want to wait? Pay us $30. Now here's how it works. Early Assign is available on eligible guarantee bookings during a specific window before sailing. They are for U.S. sailings that are booked as an FIT only. For cruises of 6 nights or longer, that window is 50 to 80 days before sailing. For cruises of 5 nights or less, it's 30 to 60 days before sailing. And once you pay the $30 fee, Royal Caribbean says the cabin assignment is confirmed immediately. The fee is non-refundable. And here's the part I really want you to understand. You're paying for an earlier assignment, not a better cabin. Royal Caribbean specifically says Early Assign does not guarantee a particular deck, location, view, or specific cabin attributes. So you're not paying $30 to say, put me midship with a great view. You're paying $30 to say, tell me where you're putting me. Now, there is an interesting wrinkle. Once you're assigned, you can request to move to another available cabin within the same category. So if Royal gives you cabin A and cabin B is still available in that same category, you can ask to move. But it's subject to availability and it still may not be an ideal cabin. And the $30 is still non-refundable. So is it worth it? For me, this really comes down to why did you book the guarantee in the first place? If you booked guarantee because you wanted the absolute lowest price and you don't care where your cabin is, I'd probably save the $30. But if you're someone who is going to spend the next 2 months obsessively checking your reservation, or you're traveling with people who really want to know where their cabin is, I could see the appeal. Because $30 isn't buying you a better cabin, it's buying you certainty sooner. And that is a very different thing. Now, cruise lines are increasingly finding ways to turn convenience and certainty into something you can purchase. And I'm curious what you think. Would you pay $30 to know your cabin sooner? Or would you rather keep the $30 and roll the dice? Tell me in the comments. Okay, let's move from a $30 cabin decision to a cruise line that's making some very big moves. Disney Cruise Line is continuing its expansion, and there are several pieces of this story I think are worth watching. First, Disney and the Port of San Diego have extended their partnership through at least 2031, and the number of Disney cruises sailing from San Diego each year is expected to approximately double. That is a big deal for West Coast cruisers. More departures mean more choices, and Disney says those sailings will include destinations like Catalina Island, Baja, and Mexican Riviera. And Disney is also continuing to use Alaska as part of its expansion. For summer of 2027, both the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder are scheduled to sail Alaska from Vancouver. And then there's the Disney Wish. The Wish is heading to Europe for the first time in summer of 2027. But the part that really catches my attention is what comes after that. During Disney's D23 convention, Disney announced they are building an entirely new class of ships. These ships are planned to begin arriving in 2029, with additional ships following in 30 and 2031. And here's why I think this is interesting. They're designed to sit between Disney's smaller Magic class ships and the larger Dream and Wish class ships. The planned ships are around 100,000 gross tons and designed to carry about 3,000 guests. And Disney has basically explained the strategy. A smaller ship gives them more flexibility to reach destinations that aren't practical for their larger ships. Love this. Disney isn't simply adding ships. They're trying to create more places where Disney Cruise Line can go. That's going to be something I'm watching very closely over the next few years, because when a cruise line adds ships, the question isn't just how many more ships, it's where are those ships going to take us? And that brings me to something I really want you to pay attention to if you're a planner. 2028 cruise itineraries are starting to open up, and this is where I think a lot of cruisers get caught. They think, 2028? That's so far away. But if you're planning something specific, especially Alaska, Europe, a bucket list itinerary, or a cruise that has limited cabin inventory, waiting isn't always your friend. Princess has already opened its 2028 Alaska itineraries with sailings available for booking and an early booking offer. And Celebrity just announced its 2028 and 2029 deployment. This one is particularly interesting because Celebrity Beyond is returning to Europe after its planned renovation. Beyond will be adding new venues like the restaurant Bora and the Celebrity Pool Club, which is supposed to be an elevated pool experience. We will have to get more info about that one, and Celebrity says 4 Edge Series ships will sail Europe that year. Celebrity is also expanding into some really interesting destinations. We're talking about Alaska, Hawaii, Japan, Australia and New Zealand, South America, Antarctica, and more of Europe. And some of these aren't just your typical 7-night Mediterranean cruise. Celebrity is offering longer itineraries, overnight stays, and some pretty serious bucket list experiences. For example, Celebrity is bringing back Antarctica on an extended South America season, and Celebrity Equinox will sail Alaska for the first time in 2028. This is where I want to give you a little bit of advice. Don't just ask, when will the price be cheapest? Ask, when will I have the most choices? Because those are 2 very different questions. And finally, let's talk about Norwegian Aura. We've talked about Aura before on the Wake Report, but NCL just gave us a much better look at what's coming. And I have to say, this ship is becoming really interesting. Norwegian Aura will be the largest ship in Norwegian Cruise Line's fleet when it debuts, and it's scheduled to begin sailing in May of 2027. But the new details aren't just about making the ship bigger. They're about creating more experiences. The ship will have what NCL describes as its most expansive thermal suite yet, with 15 wellness experiences. And one of the things that caught my attention is something called a sensory rain pool. It's designed to transition from calm water to tropical rain and eventually to a simulated thunderstorm. That's a pretty different spa experience. Now there's also a snow cave, hot and cold plunge experiences, a reflection pool, water experience, salt room, sauna, and meditation spaces. But there's another first that I think foodies will notice. Tamara will be NCL's first specialty restaurant dedicated to Indian cuisine. And you may remember Tamara in the Indulge Food Hall on Prima, Aqua, and Luna. And NCL is also introducing something called the Panorama Room, which is a reimagined complimentary dining experience with using LED displays, audio, lighting, and changing visuals to transform the atmosphere while you eat. Now, whether you think that's amazing or gimmicky, I think it's going to be interesting to see in person. And Aura is also bringing back some popular NCL favorites while redesigning other venues, including Cagney's, La Bistro's, Sukhothai, Husuki, and Nama. The ship will also have Ocean Heights with slides, an 82-foot rope course, mini golf, and other family activities. And the itinerary is interesting too. Aura is scheduled to debut in Europe in May of 2027 before heading across the Atlantic to Miami with Eastern Caribbean sailings in summer and Western Caribbean sailings in winter. So this isn't just another new ship. NCL seems to be taking what worked on Prima, Aqua, and Luna and continuing to evolve it. And I'm really curious to see how Aura lands with cruises once she actually starts sailing. And before we move on, I want to let you know about NCL's Cruise Next Triple Up. This is a limited time promotion where guests who already have 3 Cruise Next certificates can apply them toward a new balcony or above reservation. And this is not something that comes around often, so usually you can only apply 1 Cruise Next. The promotion runs from now through August 25th, so there is a very short window to take advantage of this. And here's how it works. If you book a balcony or higher stateroom on any sailing of 3 nights or longer, you book at least 90 days prior to sailing, you can apply up to 3 Cruise Next, Cruise Next Haven, or Cruise Next Light certificates toward that reservation. If you already have Cruise Next certificates sitting in your account, this is one of those promotions that can meaningfully reduce your upfront costs, especially on higher category staterooms. But like all Cruise Next offers, the key is timing and eligibility. So make sure you understand your certificates can be applied before you lock anything in. And all of these stories actually lead perfectly into my GYB Tip of the Week. If you are thinking about cruising next summer, start looking now, especially if Alaska is on your list. Because right now, we're in the window where some of those 2027 and 2028 cruises are opening up, depending on the cruise line and itinerary. And here's what I want you to remember. There is no magic answer to when a cruise will be at this absolute cheapest. I wish there was. I could give you a crystal ball and we'd all be rich. But I could tell you something you can control, your choices. The further out you book, generally speaking, the more cabin categories and specific cabin locations you're likely to have available. And that matters even more when you're talking about something like Alaska. Because maybe you want a particular balcony, maybe you want a specific deck, maybe you want connecting rooms, maybe you want a suite. Or maybe you're looking at a cruise tour and there are only a certain combinations that work with your schedule. That's when waiting for the perfect price can backfire. And there's another thing I want you to check before you book. What is the cruise line's policy on repricing? Many cruise lines will allow you to take advantage of a lower fare if the price drops before final payment, but policies vary. And some promotions are specifically for new bookings only. So don't assume you can simply cancel and rebook later and get the better deal. Know the rules for the cruise you're booking. That's one of the reasons I always tell people, don't just look at the price, look at the rules attached to the price. Because the cheapest fare isn't necessarily the best deal for you. So we've got a lot happening in cruising right now, and now I want to hear from you. Would you pay $30 to find out your Royal Caribbean Guaranteed cabin early? And if you're already thinking about your next cruise, what destinations are you looking at? Is it Alaska, Europe, Caribbean, something completely different? Leave me a comment because I really want to know what you're planning. And if you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe to Grab Your Bags Travel so you don't miss the next wake report. I'm Angela, and until next time, happy cruising.